July 16th.
No. Aw. You broke my boy. Why would you do this, Corey?
This year in 2021, man, I mean, it's been a rough year already with the pandemic and politics being what they are and, you know, social issues and all kind of stuff, man. But also, to add on to that, if you're a hip-hop fan, it's very sad because we've lost so many rappers this year, man. MF Doom, DMX.
Biz Markie.
Is he gone?
Yeah, he died, yeah.
Nope, he's still alive.
What? No, I just heard it. Really? How many of these are there going to be? This is like the third time that they've said he's dead.
I don't know anymore. I really don't. He's not. No, he's not dead. This is what I'm scared to say.
All right. Well, I am so sorry I put that into the universe. Take it all back. Take it all back. Stay alive, Biz.
Well, let me just say this. If Biz actually does go, like our other fallen rappers are the rappers that have passed away, rest in peace and power, as people say. With all these rappers going, thank God that there's up-and-comers who are ready to fill the void with their talents, like Porky Pig. I'm sorry, not Porky Pig. That is his. That's his government name. Right. His street name is a little something different. So, if you guys were on the internet last night, you might have noticed that Porky Pig, just out of the blue, decided to drop his mixtape, and a lot of people, they were like, "Well, you know what? I refrain from saying anything. Let this man's bars and his fire speak for itself."
We rap.
Let me just say that my original vision of Space Jam 2, because y'all know I was the original director of Space Jam, never got my credit, got brought back to actually say, all right, I get to do whatever I want to do on Space Jam 2 with a lie. This never would have happened in my version. Never would have happened. This was not in the script. It was not even mentioned and thought of.
Oh, folks.
That's July 16th.
No. Aw.
Fuck! God damn you, Warner Brothers.
You broke my boy. Why would you do this, Corey?
Yeah, people. Space Jam 2. Oh, no, it's all about the story and the characters and the art, right?
You know, my favorite thing is people are going to think that's performative, but I literally saw the light, the joy of living go away from your eyes while watching that.
I'm not a religious person. I'm not a supernatural person, but I actually did feel my soul just seep out my ass. We know that this is the new one with LeBron James playing the part of Michael Jordan this time. There's been a lot of things said about this. There's been a lot of things that people have accused this movie of. And I think those things were just confirmed by what we saw right there. I don't know what about this, man.
I have so many questions, but the first one being that, like, this isn't a movie made by people without talent, right? You like Ryan Coogler's a producer on this. Terrence Nance, who made Random Acts of Flyness, is a co-writer on this, man. Like Malcolm D. Lee directed it. This is like a lot of people. We talk about the creative talent behind the camera, like reflecting the talent in front of the camera and stuff like that. And how that doesn't really happen. And it's like, oh, we did this. We got like a black lead and we have a black creative team. And I have to sit here and I'm wondering, like, whose idea was that? Because I feel like all of them are way too talented to think that that was a good idea or to not, like, fight the studio trying to get that. It seems to me like the absolute, like, we were all worried about what the worst case scenario was for Space Jam 2. And I'm like, that's it. Our fears have been fully realized, Corey.
Yes. I hear some people out there, after witnessing Porky's performance, they're talking about, oh my God, the bars, Corey, the bars. Only bar I'm looking for right now, the one serving a nice stiff drink, which I need after seeing this shit. The reason why I'm hesitant to say anything about this is because of people who are already trying to say, well, you just don't get it. It's just not your thing. Your time is past, old man. This is the new shit right here. I'm gonna reserve full judgment. I'm not gonna say that this is a terrible movie. I'm not. It's in the back of my mind, but I'm not gonna say it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say my piece, and then I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna turn my ass around and I'm gonna leave. Before I start getting booed, before I'm called boomer, before I'm called an entitled hipster, and before people start pelting me with garbage and tomatoes, telling me how I just don't get it. Is them rapping right here, that's not the thing that's making me cringe. I don't care if they're rapping, it's the reason that they're rapping. Looney Tunes has always made fun of celebrities and always made fun of cultural trends. They've always come in and parodied that. I grew up watching Looney Tunes do that, where they made fun of celebrity culture way, way before I was born, man, decades before I was born. I'll show you a clip right now where half of y'all won't even know the people that they're talking about in these clips. Points to you if you do, though.
That rhythm does something to me. Let's dance.
That's Jimmy Stewart, Betty Davis, and that's the movie that Jimmy Stewart was in called Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. As you can see, it's a corny pun, man. It's that's right there. It's almost an obvious joke for him at the time. But the thing is, they knew it, man. They knew it at that moment because they knew that they were clearly parodying things, man. They were doing parodies, but they were doing parodies and satire with well thought out gags. I mean, this might be corny, but what makes this well thought out is that they know it's corny. That's almost part of the joke. It's almost like they're making fun of themselves for even saying that we thought of a joke like that. This bullshit that we have over here with Porky and his posse over here, this and his hype man and shit. This is clearly not a gag as much as it is an awkward attempt to cash in on youth culture, man. This is a commercial, and we know that this is a commercial because when we watched the trailer for Space Jam 2, the first thing everybody said was, this is a commercial for HBO Max.
What I thought was interesting is, like, when I was a kid growing up, there was this like new sort of movement about reappropriating the image of the Looney Tunes and kind of wrapping them, like you said, into the clothes of whatever was kind of happening at the time, right? So there was like the Looney Tunes gangster rap movement and stuff like that. Yeah. And so it's like, I thought maybe that's what this was, like a weird attempt to be like, hey, we know our own legacy. Because on paper, you could do that, right? Like, to your point, there's nothing wrong with doing what they're doing here as long as it sort of serves a purpose, but it doesn't seem like it does at all, which is my biggest problem with it, man. Here's the question I want to ask you, all right? Because I know there's a lot of problems with it animation-wise, and I do want to give a shout-out to Daffy. For some reason, Daffy in that hoodie makes me like Daffy more than I've ever liked Daffy in my entire life. I don't know why. That dude as a hype man is doing a job. I wish he had a better rapper to hype. Unrelated to that, though, I want to ask you a question. So it's like, I think that likely this will gross more money than the original Space Jam, right? I think that's for a couple of reasons. I think it's like we have more emerging markets. China's bigger, international stuff comes more into play. But does it have a shot at reaching the merchandise sort of goal that was set by Space Jam, which is over $1 billion back in 97? So it's like, what's the measure of success for this specific film? And does it have a chance to reach that kind of cultural zeitgeist that the first one did?
Well, they definitely have more to sell this time. They definitely, like we said, they have more programs. They have a platform. They have literally, tons of shows that they're trying to sell. They're trying to get subscriptions. At least that's what it feels like. Of course, they'll try to revive this whole urban thing that they did with the Looney Tunes back in the day. Which that self and that in itself was somewhat of a subculture for some reason. I was some kind of it was almost like an underground joke at the time, which even makes this worse right now. with this, I don't know how much it'll make. I mean, it's definitely there with LeBron being such a huge star and an icon and whatnot, and that's what they're waiting on right here.
I think LeBron is certainly like loved and respected. I don't think he is universally adored the same way that Michael was. And on top of that, LeBron, and this is a good thing about him, but it's going to cost him, has never been quiet about his like socio-political beliefs. In a way, Michael Jordan was very apolitical. So everyone in America could like Michael Jordan because he was just a basketball player. LeBron has made himself more than just that.
Yeah, LeBron, I mean, no, he's no, as far as the marketing juggernaut that Michael Jordan is, he's still selling shoes right now. Jordan, LeBron doesn't have LeBron's not making billions of dollars off his silhouette like Michael Jordan is. So no, that's not there. Michael Jordan was just a phenomenon all his own, man, but still marketable. Yeah. He's still considered to be one of the greatest players in the NBA. So yeah, he's very marketable. And I don't know what to what effect they hope to sell merchandise with him. I'm sure they'll have some sort of some limited numbers of line of sneakers out there, not to mention just the clothing that they want to sell, the jerseys that they want to sell, things of that nature. Mostly that now today they'll be able to probably sell more toys than ever, which is what they're really banking on. If they can't sell a lot of sneakers like they do with Michael Jordan, they definitely can sell LeBron action figures over here, along with the rest of the Looney Tunes. And that's the problem, man. That's what they're doing. I have no problem with people trying to sell things. I understand corporate. I understand business. I understand making money, man. I understand all of that. But when you try too hard, man, to try to sell these things, it just gets embarrassing sometimes, man. And it seems and it's very transparent. I mean, what they're doing here with Porky Pig, they could have done that well, man. Even if he was rapping like this.
The internet seems
I wouldn't even have a problem with that if they were doing it the right way, because they really could have gone in and made like some sort of self-reflective acknowledgement of that whole gangster subgenre out there, because when they were doing this with the Looney Tunes, that was kind of a joke within itself. What it was kind of like, it was like black people were taking this and just kind of doing their own spin on it, saying no good and well that, well, corporate won't touch this, man. So, and we can't get our images out there. They're always stealing our shit. It was kind of a message of, hey, you guys are always appropriating our shit. So what if we kind of like take your stuff and just kind of put our own spin on it and make it ours? So it was kind of a joke, and it was kind of a subculture thing. It was an inside thing, except what do you fucking know? Corporate did take it and actually try to make money off of it, and the result was Space Jam. So fuck you niggas. But so it actually, we created something, and of course, like always, we didn't get the money. Warner Brothers went in and took it. So if they had actually started making a joke about something that started out kind of as a joke and acknowledged it like they did back in the old days, that would have been something cool. But no, this shit that they're doing right here, it's just a real desperate attempt to cash in on what they think makes money. The kids like money, like hip hop. Hip hop is the most famous genre of music right now, pop music. Let's go ahead and just cash in on it. Let's just throw Porky Pig in a sideways cap and put some black icons on there, black clothing on there. Take the culture, and that's another thing. It's like there really is kind of a form of appropriation within itself for some money, man. It's bullshit. That's the thing that really kind of gets me. And furthermore, it's just always the awkwardness of this, man. I just can't. I can't help what I feel when I see that. My fucking flesh crawls, man. When I see that, I feel like I said this before with Freeberg and Seltzer movies. Watching this with you is like you and I are watching like embarrassing porn or a snuff film together. We should not be watching this in the same room. It makes me embarrassed to be around you. I just can't help how I feel. And the thing that really, really, really gets me, man, we make fun of this kind of shit, and people still do it. Like this is the corporate version of that Steve Buscemi meme.
How do you do, fellow kids?
That's what they just did with that fucking clip right there, man. This is your drunk wine mom trying to come in and be down with your girls from high school when they're at home. This is your dad putting on a hip hop station and trying to act like he's down while he's with your friends while he's driving you all to school. It's all that. It's the corporate. We already said corporate. No, it's the conservative white dude who's talking about yo with the arthritis hands, trying to show everybody that he's down too. This shit embarrasses me, man. It flat out embarrasses me to see somebody embarrass themselves, even if they're getting $1 billion for it.
It feels like there is no other grander thing it's trying to do or say. It exists purely to make money and sell other things.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem, man, with them if they were making fun of hip hop or doing some sort of clever parody, or as I said, making fun of the shirts and stuff that went out. That's fine, but I don't see a gag here. There's not a gag here. What they're doing is they insult me further by coming in talking about, yo, Corey Funky Fresh, homie. What's up, K-Dog? Hey, man, well, let's make some moolah, brother. That kind of shit just irritates me so much, man. That's what this feels like. Let's go ahead and make some money off of this black culture right here without even understanding it and being corny as even though we got a black director, we got a black producer, so there might be something that I'm missing here. That's why I'm saying I will wait to see the movie, but I would have waited to put the clip out, even though I think Warner Brothers even said if people don't like it, they'll still be talking about it, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. Man, the whole time I'm watching this, I just hear yo, what's up, home sauce? What's going on, brother? I if nothing else, let's just take all of the things that I've said, the appropriation, any kind of cultural, racial, or any kind of statement of relevance like that. This shit it just feels weird. Yes, it just feels weird, man. It just feels bad. It just feels embarrassing. It just feels it's every dance at the end of an animated movie during the credits that I hate. I can't stand this shit. I had it on and I cut the shit off like I was watching porn. Mia walked into the room, my wife.
You just you close the thing immediately and shit.
Yeah. I was playing.
What is all joke?
Hey, baby, I'm like if she had asked me, I would.
That's all, folks.
Shut up. Like if she had asked me what I was watching, I'd be like, I'm watching porn.
Right. Less embarrassing, less incriminating.
Yeah, man. Oh no, I was just jacking off, baby. What's up? Yeah, man.
Oh, wow. I mean, someone in the chat, they may need to provide this link, but they're saying that they released a Matrix clip too, but that the Matrix clip is way worse than Porky Pig rapping, and that may be worth checking out.
Can it get worse? Now I want to see.
Know. Yeah, if you can provide that link again, do it, please.
Yeah, can you give us the link to that? Because I want to see that, man. Show me that. Because
people are talking about it. You heard the early reactions to it, right? That were like really positive. Granted, it's all people on the Warner Brothers lot, so you can't trust that early reaction. But there was good initial buzz for the Matrix thing.
Okay, well, this one right here, I'm reading the headline. In Space Jam: A New Legacy, when Porky Pig raps, the world weeps. I'm really not trying to jump on this kind of hipster bandwagon of hating things because they are corporate, or they are they're from a big company, a studio trying to make money. I'm not that kind of contrarian, man. I have no problem with people trying to make money, man. It's a business. I would be surprised if they weren't exploiting these characters. However, man, have some fucking restraint.
Exercise some tact, goddammit.
I'm gonna go ahead and play it and see what it says. See what it does here.
Can't a lady check her Twitter?
Abuela. What did I miss?
Ooh, that was rough.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Maybe for some of the Gen Z people out there, even maybe for some of the millennials, but you have to understand, I lived through 2 years of nothing but lame Matrix parodies and jokes. People doing the same shit. That bullet time jump right there. I lived through 2 years of people doing knockoff shit like this, and it got less funny every time. Maybe to the people out there who are new to this, maybe that's cool. But I've seen that move and that joke. I've seen that 100 times already. And I just don't have any more laughs in me, man. I mean, at first you genuinely laughed at it because it was a new effect. It was a new technology. And you still loved it. So whenever you saw a parody of it, you're like, oh my God, that's clever, that's clever. And then it got to a point where people kept doing it, but you laughed anyway out of respect to the Matrix because you love the Matrix so much. And then it got to a point where it's just kind of really just painful, just forced. And then by that second year, it's like, man, you. This is old. We've seen it, done it already. So I don't know, man. Maybe this really is for a younger generation, man. Maybe this is for people who are gonna have fun to rediscovering these things. I will be fair and say that. You know, there's a whole generation of kids out there that love LeBron James. There's a bunch of kids out there that love the basketball players playing the new Monstar type creatures, whatever. There are gonna be kids who look at these Easter eggs back there. They're not gonna know what they are, and they're gonna look them up and be, they're gonna see these for the first time with fresh eyes. So maybe that's for them. For me, I see through it all, and I just see a cash grab and fucking jokes that I've seen for years done way, way better. As a director of Space Jam, trust me, I have seen better.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best case scenario, but even then, I take some umbrage with the fact that, like, kids' movies have to be dumb and you can't analyze them. You know what I mean? Like, I understand you're not supposed to, like, thread the internal logic of shit, but at the same time, like, why is something made for kids gets the pass for being bad when we've seen other people like Pixar and other companies out there do kids entertainment and also do something good with it? I hate that. That's a lazy crutch, and that like even further confirms my belief that this is purely about selling subscriptions to HBO Max, man.
Man.
The original Space Jam, for its faults, knew when to get the fuck out. Under 90 minutes. It's an hour and 28-minute movie, and that's including the credits. This movie is supposed to be 2 hours or to 2 hours and 15 minutes long.
Why? Why the do we need to see 2 hours of this shit right here? Why? That's why I know you're trying to sell this shit, because it's a commercial now. You got so much shit to sell that you need 2 hours to do it. Why the Bugs Bunny ain't got thing to say for 2 hours? Shit is like, when you give these too much time, then them doing...
People asking me for this.
That's too much time on your hands. You give people 2 hours, you end up with shit like this. I guarantee you, if we had cut this shit down to an hour and 28 minutes like the first movie, we wouldn't have to live through this right here. God damn you. What you doing? It's a goddamn kids movie. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's a strip mall. You're trying to sell all your shit. All right. I'm sorry, man. Oh, shit, I'm not ready for this, man. I'm not ready for this. I pray to God, please, God, if you are there, I'm sorry I disrespected you. Please make this shit something bearable so I don't have to sit there and suffer for 2 hours. If there is a God in heaven, he will not let people be tortured like this. Shit. Anyway, man, I don't want to talk about this no more because you might tell me something else. And by the way, y'all, we forgot to mention, we're about to end this. I know we've been trying to end this, but one thing I forgot to mention because I saw in the chat, I know people are saying, well, you know what? Before Notorious P.I.G., there was MC Bugs.
It's like Jordan at the plate. You're likely to miss. Warner Brothers Inc. got bank keep counting.
The reason why I can deal with that better is not in the movie. It's the track at the end of the Space Jam soundtrack, and it seems like they're just joking around. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It seems like they're just having fun. That's the throwback to what Looney Tunes does, where they kind of come in and make fun of culture like that.
Here's the game plan. Listen up, Toon Squad. Number one objective, beat the monsters.
Plus, that soundtrack was kind of awesome, man. So.
Allegedly written by Jay-Z. I think the only reason that should stay in the movie is if, like, secretly for no reason, Nipsey Hussle wrote that pig rap. And as a tribute to Nipsey, they're like, we got to keep it in. We can't take this out. Otherwise, why is it in the movie?
Yeah, I don't know. Why is it? I don't know.
It's just gonna devolve into like fucking slack jawed.
I know.